Wisconsin School of Medicine is testing COVID-19 vaccine in children from age 6 months to 4 years old, and according to the medical school, interest in the clinical trial has been overwhelming, and dozens of children ages 6 months to 4 years old are enrolled in the hospital's Moderna vaccine clinical trials. According to the school, about 2,500 children, aged 6 months to 4 years old, are being given either a placebo, as part of a control group, or COVID-19 vaccine. That dose is 1/4 of the amount approved for adults.
Twin boys from the Madison area, 4-year-olds Sam and Theo, are some of the only kids in the country participating in a nationwide vaccine trial.
Moderna is seeking vaccine approval for kids between the ages of 6 months and 5 years old.
The study, named Kid Cove, main goal is to assess the safety and efficacy of mRNA-1273, vaccination that could protect children aged 6 months to 12 years from becoming ill if they come into contact with SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. Moderna intends to split the study into 2 halves, with 3 separate age groups being recruited at various times. Children from 6 to less than 12 years old will be the first age group to be targeted. The second age group, which will be recruited later, will be for children aged 2 to less than 6 years old. Finally, children aged 6 months to less than 2 years old will be the third and final group to begin. Before being approved for use in the general public, vaccines must pass stringent safety tests. However, no drug can be guaranteed to be without adverse effects. In a recent poll, 2/3 of parents of children this age were concerned that the COVID-19 vaccine will have an impact on their children's fertility in the future. These fears are so widespread that the American Academy of Pediatrics recently released a film refuting the vaccine's potential impact on puberty or fertility.
Hello, I'm Dr. Edith Bracha Sanchez. I am speaking to you from New York today, and I got vaccinated to protect myself, to protect my family, my community, and a little baby that I have on the way that you can't see on camera. I completely understand the fear and the concerns that arise when you talk about fertility. As you're feeling that fear, I would say let's pause and let's take a second to remember that these two things are completely separate. Getting vaccinated against COVID-19, it's really not going to interfere with your fertility. The other thing that I would say, and patients and friends and family ask me all the time, is, well, how do we know that we don't have chemicals that are going to harm fertility in these vaccines? And I understand that question as well. We also have to remember that we didn't just wake up one day and decide to put a bunch of chemicals in a vaccine and then put it in people's bodies. No, these were things that were being studied, that have been studied for years and years and years, that we know are safe, that we know don't interfere with the body's normal responses, including fertility. So again, I understand the word chemicals, and anyone who tries to tell you that this interferes with fertility is going to scare you. But let's again remember that there was a process and that we have a lot of experience with these things before we ever think about putting it in anyone's body. And I'll tell you personally, on a personal note, having read all the science, having looked at the studies, having looked at the ingredients, I chose to get vaccinated as I was hoping to get pregnant. It just so happened that I got my first dose, and I said to my husband, listen, there's really no reason to wait here. This vaccine is safe. I feel confident. Let's start trying. And we just so happened to get pregnant between the first and the second dose. So listen, I know that this really, really does not interfere with fertility. I am very pregnant right now. You can't see it because you're seeing me from here up, but I can tell you it absolutely does not interfere with fertility.
Vaccine apprehension stems from more than just concerns about adverse effects on fertility. Over 3/4 of parents said they were extremely, or very, concerned that their kid would have major side effects from the COVID-19 vaccine, or that not enough is known about long-term implications. Please like the video, share, subscribe and turn the notification bell on. Thank you.